Mama, living to love her down. While living to love the moon.
A friend like you is a friend indeed. A friend like you is all I need.
What Dolly Parton's Imagination Library does, and I get excited when I think about it because it allows young people from birth to start receiving and having books in their homes.
The idea behind the program is to inspire a love of reading and a love of books by gifting a book through the mail in the child's name each month from literally the day they're born until the month that they turn 5. The books had to be new, that there had to be lots of them, and that the program had to feel more like a gift than a charity or a social service.
A red pajama feels alone without his mama. I kind of do this for my own personal benefit. This is the last one they receive in the Imagination Library, and I'll say on the first day of school, oh my goodness, I want to share with you one of my favorite books. And I can tell the kiddos, I have that book, my mommy read it last night. And you can tell, and it's so cool to see because you'll see kiddos that come from a gated community, you'll see kiddos that come in government housing, but they all have access to the same books. So like they start off kindergarten feeling like they are on even playing field because they all know this story. Anybody think any other describing words? Taylor?
Because he was pitching a fit.
He was totally pitching a fit.
Some background on our community educationally is we had a library until the early 2000s, sponsored by the County Library Association. And then when that pulled out of Ceylon, it really left a void here that we just were never able to fill. And that seems crazy in today's world. Who doesn't have access to books will come to a place like Ceylon. There's no libraries here, there's no stores here. I kind of use the term educational desert. It's really, I get kind of emotional because for us, it matters. It matters to us. This is something we need here, because without it, there's kids that aren't going to get books. It just makes me so emotional when I think of the impact this has on these kids. I mean, it's just truly, it's changing lives. It's changing lives, and there's not enough thank yous in the world for Dolly Parton and this foundation and everything that they've done to make this a reality.
Every day I pray that I can do something to uplift mankind and to glorify God. And so I think through the work that I do, that's my whole mission in life. So whether it's the Imagination Library, which I'm as proud of as anything I've ever done, or whether it's songs I write, or whether it's shows I do, I want to make people feel good about themselves and just feel good, period. And I want them to feel good about me.
Hello, I'm Peg Bolgioni, marketing volunteer with the Imagination Library at Rutland Free Library. I am pleased that we have returned to the PEG TV airwaves to talk with parents Colleen and Corbin Shattuck and Erica Lamb about why they love the Imagination Library so much. I also want to welcome Amy Williams, Assistant Director for the Rutland Free Library, who is also here with us today. Welcome back to our program. I'm very happy to introduce our first guest. We have the Shattuck family. We have Colleen and Corbin Shattuck, and they're joined by their 2 sons, Parker and Liam. And I'm also pleased to introduce Amy Williams. Amy is the Assistant Director for the Rutland Free Library. So welcome, everybody, to the program. So we're going to just dive right in and talk about the Imagination Library. And Amy, I think I'll start with you. Can you just give our audience a brief history on Dolly Parton Imagination Library and what the organization is about?
Sure. Dolly Parton started it in her home county in East Tennessee in 1995. She was motivated by her father's lack of access to books and yet all the knowledge and wisdom that he was able to gain, and books have always been inspiring to her. It expanded. It's now basically nationwide. The program itself has sent out over 172 million books. And we were fortunate in that Joan Gamble brought it to Rutland. And our Rutland program so far has sent out 10,640 books.
Yeah, that's very, very impressive. And I think I read that Dolly has given away 200 million books globally. Wow. So that's very, very impressive. So I think we want to start maybe with the Shattuck family and talk about their experience with the Dolly Parton Imagination Library. So why don't you tell us how you became involved with it?
So my aunt, who lives out of state, as soon as we had Levi, kept telling us, you've got to get signed up, you've got to get signed up, but it wasn't here yet. And so I had been on the lookout, and as soon as it came to Rutland, I was super excited because I had already known about it because my aunt had told me. And it's just a no-brainer. You get a free book every month until they're 5, and they're great books. It's opened us up to like exploring other interests he may have.
What about, I know your Liam is older, so he's been doing the program longer, obviously. So do you think it's helped him with his, with his reading or just, any other type of development?
I definitely think it has.
Yeah, I think just engaging with different things. Some of the books have had different languages and stuff, so learning about that's been great for him.
Yeah. And I know, Amy, the books are age appropriate.
Yes, Dolly Parton has a team of educators that selects them for literacy level, diversity, and content, and they change it up sometimes.
Yeah. So it must be kind of exciting to go to the mailbox every month and see the book.
Yes, Levi loves, he loves that day.
Yeah, I bet. I love getting things in the mail, so that's yeah, it's a lot of fun. Now, what are tell me a little bit about like the book that he's looking at right now. What is the name of the book?
You gonna say the name of the book?
Yeah, busy, busy people.
Yeah, Busy, Busy People.
Oh, okay. Well, that's a great commentary on everybody. Busy, busy people, definitely. And can you read the book, Liam? You wanna read a little bit for us so we can show everybody?
You gonna pick a good page?
What's this?
This one? About
Tell
the
us what's
harbor?
on it.
Boats.
Oh, boats. Okay. I like to. He reads what he seems to be very confident in when he's looking at the pages and recognizing the words. And this little guy right here, have you gotten books for him?
We sure have.
Ooh.
I think this was one of the second books he got, or second or third. And Levi's even excited when Parker gets books because then they get to read them together.
Oh, well, that's great.
Gonna reach
So,
for it.
as a parent, how do you encourage other parents to sign up for the program?
I tell almost everyone I know about it who has kids under 5. I actually just told my coworker this morning to get signed up because her daughter is a few months old. But yeah, you really can't beat it. You just give a little bit of information on the website. The sign-up process is really easy. And then within a month or 2, maybe 3 tops, you get your first book.
And it's the Little Engine That Could?
Yep.
That's a classic, right, Amy?
Yes.
And then I think the last book they get before they turn 5 is, I think something about
It's Lookout Kindergarten.
that Here I Come. That's right. So, yeah, those are those are classics. And I know, just to remind our audience, if people want to sign up, it's www.rutlandfree.org/imagine. And that takes you right to the website. And as Colleen noted, it's easy to sign up, and you get the books like within a month, I think, isn't it? A couple of months?
As fast as we can, yeah.
Look it, there's a
If they're,
train.
we also have paper forms available if for some reason anyone's uncomfortable applying online.
All right.
Stop in.
So, Amy, as a librarian, what do you see the value of the program?
Oh, wow. I mean, like you were saying, it's just a no-brainer. To the library, it was really important. 2021, when Joan started it, was directly, still everybody figuring out COVID, be able to send these books to people's homes where they were safe is phenomenal. Establishing those early literacy skills. There's currently a lot of talk about literacy and pre-K readiness, and Dolly Parton Imagination Library directly helps that.
And one of the things, too, I wanted to mention is we also have a connection with the Rutland Homeless Prevention Center. And do you want to explain what that is?
I'd love to.
Okay.
When the books are getting returned, someone has moved or for whatever reason we're unable to get that book to that person, we keep them and take them to the Homeless Prevention Center to be given to unsheltered, so that the program extends there as well.
And one of the things we want to emphasize about the Imagination Library, it is for all children, from birth to their 5th birthday, who reside in Rutland City, Rutland Town, Mendon, Ira, and Teignmouth, because those are the communities that the Rutland Free Library serves. So, but we've been doing the program for 2 years. It's gone by so fast. And we give how many books away per month? 400?
I know that last month's enrollment number was 437 children, I want to say. I'm not sure how many books that adds up to.
Yeah, that's remarkable. And I know that there are other chapters of the Imagination Library in other communities throughout Vermont. I'm not sure how many, but there's one actually in Pittsford. I think it's called Sarah's Stories. Yeah, so, I mean, I think the program is growing. It would be, ideally, it would be great if every community in Vermont had access, to Dolly Parton, but that takes work and organization and funding, of course. So I guess I just wanted to ask you, Colleen and Corbin, how do you read to, when you read to your children, do you have certain times of day that you read to them? Or do you, certain rooms in the house that you like to read to them? I'm just curious, because I know all parents are different.
I'd say Levi often chooses when we read books. So sometimes we'll go through phases of reading them right before bed or reading them throughout the day. And recently he's been taking to reading to his brother, so they'll look at the books and the pictures together while hanging out on the floor in the living room. The other day he actually even crawled up in bed with Parker and started reading to him, so it was very cute.
That's great. Yeah, so having his younger brother is almost like motivation for him to want to read more. Yeah.
I'd say so.
Yeah. Do you think his language skills have improved since he's been in the program?
Oh, definitely. He's learned so many different words based on the books that we've gotten and the other books that's encouraged him to read.
Is he in preschool right now?
He's not yet.
Okay, so maybe next year?
That's what our hope is.
Yeah, he's 3, correct?
Yep.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, it's an amazing program. I wish I had it when I was a kid, because, I love to read, but this is amazing, this kind of jump-starting them. Do you see, Amy, that a correlation between people signing up for the program and the children getting library cards, or does that kind of go in reverse?
I don't know that we'd be able to tell because that information is so completely separate.
Okay.
But we do just get very many patron comments about the Imagination Library program, and we're getting that while they're there attending a children's program, so there's a correlation there at some point.
Yeah, definitely. Well, it's just nice that the kids have more options too. They get to come to the library. You probably take your kids to the library.
Yeah, we recently went to the Hathaway Farms event. That was really awesome.
What was that? You'll have to tell me.
Oh, so the 3 of us and my mother came to help. We went and saw the children's librarian read a book about, I believe it was pigs on the farm, and then the kids, everyone there got to make their own stuffed pig, and then we rode on a really big wagon. Do you remember that?
Yeah.
What else did we see?
We saw things.
We saw things. So we got to visit the farm animals and take a tour around the hayfield.
But then I was sad because I was trying to remember I wanted to play with the big little tractor.
Yeah, he didn't want to leave. He had too much fun.
Oh, right. Did you guys go down to the Wonder Feet, the trunk or treat event?
Yeah.
We did. Yeah. When we saw those big trucks?
Yeah. But I didn't want to go in the flatbed truck. I was scared of the spiders.
No. Well, I was impressed. I saw a lot of people down there and a lot of heavy equipment.
Yeah.
And I know kids love that. So what are you going to be for Halloween? Have you figured it out yet? What's your costume going to be?
A Spider-Man.
Oh, okay. Oh, that's going to be
But
good.
we just already went to Halloween.
That was a different Halloween.
There's more Halloween to come.
And how about your little brother? What's he going to be?
He's gonna be a little hokey.
Oh,
little
okay.
Yeah.
All right.
It's like the baby.
Okay. Very cute, very cute. All right, well, thank you all very much for being part of the program today, and keep reading and spread the word about the Imagination Library at Rutland Free Library. Welcome back to our show, and I'm happy to introduce our second guest, Erica Lamb, and her son Noah. And of course, we still have Amy Williams with us from the Rutland Free Library. So we're going to get started. And Erica, how did you become involved with the Dolly Parton Imagination Library?
So actually from going to the library, yes, which is awesome. We've been taking Noah to the library since he was pretty little, and so it was around probably 3 months when we signed up for the Imagination Library. It was definitely really easy to sign up, and I know we had a little hitch and reached right out, and we got an answer right away. So since then, he's been receiving his books in the mail, which is awesome.
All right, let's look at some of the books. Maybe you can show them to us, Noah, or point to which ones are your favorites.
We just got this one in the mail, Llama Llama Meets the Babysitter,
Okay.
and we're a big fan of Llama Llama.
Yeah,
And it's pretty fun to have a new Llama Llama book in the mail, huh, honey?
That's right. Has he ever seen a llama? A real one?
I don't know if he's actually, have you seen a llama before? I don't think he has seen a
Okay.
real llama, but he does like Llama Llama quite a bit.
All right, and then we've got Sleep Tight and the Green Tractor.
Green Tractor and the Big Slide.
Oh gosh.
And I didn't
yeah.
bring the one with me, but one of his favorite books that he's received is Goodnight Gorilla. And it's
Okay.
just the most simple book ever. There's like very few words in it, but that's almost kind of the fun of it is, the story is about a zookeeper who's, saying goodnight to all the animals. And what happens, the animals follow him back home. And it's pretty funny because then the gorilla gets into bed, and Noah always likes to say, "Go, gorilla," because the gorilla's not supposed to be in bed. So I would say that's also one of our favorites that we've gotten from them.
And so did you enroll Noah right from birth?
Yeah, so he was around, I think, 3 or 4 months when we enrolled him.
Okay.
So and now he's 2.5.
Yeah.
A wiggly little 2.5-year-old.
And you still got another 2.5 more years with the
Exactly,
program.
yeah.
So that's fabulous. And do you feel, since your involvement with the program and Noah's involvement, obviously, that his, language skills have grown, or is he more confident when he's around books? Or
Definitely, yeah, and I think, I think all kids develop in their own time. So I know, I would say Noah's didn't start talking much. Oh, we're all a little tangled here. And then all of a sudden, it kind of just he went to town and was saying all sorts of things. I know one thing that's kind of fun as he's learning new language. I find that when we're reading to him, a lot of times he'll repeat the last word that we're saying on the sentence. And I think that he's he learns new words just from being exposed to new words in the books.
Yeah, that's great. Well, I think the wonderful thing about Dolly Parton Imagination Library is that the books are age appropriate.
Definitely.
And they're brand new.
Right.
And I know does he look forward to getting his book every month?
Oh yes, that's definitely one of our favorite parts of the month. And
I think we've lost Noah,
Yeah,
but that's
we lost
okay.
Noah, that's okay.
That's all right, Noah. He's in the building, so we're okay.
And he's running.
Okay, bye Noah, see ya.
I was gonna say too with the books, which is nice, that the pages are really thick, so that being very young, he can't rip them, because a lot of times he does want to play around with them himself, and they don't rip easily, which is really great.
Yeah.
So.
They're very thorough with what they think of and anticipate.
Right.
Yeah. So Amy, I just wanted to ask you again, for people that have joined us, how do people sign up for Dolly Parton Imagination Library?
We make it as easy as possible. I'm glad that was easy for you when you got yourself enrolled. You can go to the library website at rutlandfree.org/imagine, or we also have paper forms available at the main desk. If you are internet averse, we can also get you in that way.
All right. And the program, we just want to emphasize too, the program is for all children who reside in Rutland City, Rutland Town, Ira, Mendon, and Tinmouth. And those are all communities that are served by the Rutland Free Library. And we also have a connection with the Rutland Homeless Prevention Center. Amy, can you tell us again what that involves?
Absolutely. When the books get returned for whatever reason and we're unable to get that book to that right person, whether they've moved or what have you, we save them rather than letting them go back to the Dolly Parton Imagination Library and redistributed. We save them up at the library, and then the Dolly Parton Imagination Library takes them to the homeless shelter, so the children who otherwise wouldn't have been able to receive the books are able to get them.
Yeah, that's a nice thing. So Erica, I know, does reading to Noah allow you to bond with him?
Yes, definitely.
And you've been reading to him for how long?
So we've been really reading to Noah since he was an infant. So Noah was definitely a very colicky infant, and one of the things that would provide us a little bit of reprieve was he really enjoyed sitting on his changing table, and we would just pull up a stool and just read to him for 10 or 15 minutes, and usually that stopped the crying for a little bit, which was always nice. And over time, that's just really evolved into our daily routine. So books are a big part of our bedtime routine, nap time routine, and then also, sometimes he'll wake up first thing in the morning and he'll ask to have a bookie read to him, and usually once one bookie has been read, it's always more bookies, so which is kind of fun. So we have lots of bookshelves around the house now, and it's really whenever he wants to read. So.
Excellent. And so what do you feel are the best things about the Imagination Library program?
I think just that it's so accessible to everyone. There's no limits on who can apply. It's very easy to apply. It's free, which is amazing. So anyone can do it, and it's no additional cost. And I know for Noah, one of his favorite things is, especially now that he's a little bit older, is he can walk to the mailbox himself, pick out the book, and he's just so excited that every month that a book gets mailed just for him. So it's just a fun thing for him to look forward to every month.
Yeah, that's great. And I know the Dolly Parton Imagination Library would not exist without the support of a lot of generous organizations and individuals in our community. Amy, are there some people that we'd like to acknowledge?
Oh, absolutely. The reason that it's able to be free is because of all these supporters and Dolly Parton setting it up so that it was able to have this kind of structure. And in Rutland, we are lucky and have a lot of support. Our biggest supporter through Rob Liss is the Rutland City Schools. But also we are strongly supported by the United Way of Rutland County, both Rotaries, Rutland South Rotary and Rotary of Rutland, GE, the Medical Center, and we get a lot of individual donations as well, people who just really like the meaning of the program and what it's doing. And if any individuals would like to donate, they can go through the library. Just make sure that you mark on your donation that is for DPIL, Dolly Parton Imagination Library. And there's also a website at imaginationlibrary.com. And that'll help us keep it going.
That's right. And I think the most important thing is we want this to be available to everybody.
I think I probably need to clarify, the donations cover our costs for running the program. The DPIL is all volunteer run.
It is.
So there's postage costs, there's branding costs of the events that we go to, the prizes we like to give out. So it's, yeah.
Yeah, and the Dolly Parton Imagination Library, they have an incredible amount of resources for us to be able to help promote the program. Videos, and we have access to logos and press materials. So it's a well-oiled machine for sure. And I think it's important. We just want to keep emphasizing how inclusive this organization is, and how much we want as many people to be part of it as they possibly can, families, because literacy is kind of the gateway to everything, around just confidence and communication and knowing how to read. I mean, I've been a lifelong reader. I'm sure you're a lifelong reader, and I know you must be. That's a silly question asking a librarian that. But these habits are formed when they're young, and you want them to continue. I almost wish that there was kind of a mid-level literacy program. Is there for kids that age out of Dolly Parton? Is there something that follows that?
That's a really good question.
Yeah.
Nothing comes to mind, but I would be really surprised if something doesn't exist or is getting started.
Yeah.
Or trying to get started. Literacy is just such an important community topic right now.
Right. And I mean, I just, I can't imagine, because you don't want, you build all this momentum and then you just don't want it to stop.
Right.
Yeah. Although the early years are developmentally, that's important to, you know, get those language skills and get all that in order. I mean, as a librarian, you must agree with that, or at least.
I do, but I'm also just personally biased. I mean, the house that I grew up in, every time I go and visit, there's at least one pile of books per room. You know, so having the books come in the mail and giving someone else one of my favorite parts of my childhood that really doesn't leave you. Once you start reading, you don't really stop.
That's true. That's true. I get that. Well, we're almost at the end of the program. So, Erica, thank you so much, and Noah, thank you for being part of it. And please, keep reading. And for more information, go to rutlandfreelibrary.org/imagine and learn more about the program. Thank you.